Hey everyone, what are the chances of seeing you guys here? Today we are going to talk all about chance, and in particular how the probability of an event occurring can be represented in many different ways. First of all, what is probability? The probability of an event is a number between 0 and 1 that indicates the chance of something happening. For example, the probability that the sun will come up tomorrow is certain, so that could also be said to be 100%. And we all know that 100% is equivalent to 1. So the probability that the sun will come up tomorrow is 1. Another example is the probability that a fair coin will come up heads when tossed is 50%, which means the probability would be 0.5 or an even chance of occurring. While the probability of someone rolling a regular 1 to 6 sided dice and rolling a 7 is 0%, which means it would be 0 or impossible. We mentioned the term frequency before, but what does it mean? Well, frequency is simply the number of times that a certain result happens within a test. In pairs, I want you to come up with as many different words that relate to probability and explain them to your partner. Ready? Go! Here are a few examples of some words that relate to chance and probability. We know that probability can be written as either a word, a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. Here is a number line to represent where they are each placed. Looking at this box of donuts, let's brainstorm some probability questions that we could ask. Here's one I came up with. What is the probability of selecting a chocolate-covered donut? As we can see, there are 12 donuts and only 3 are chocolate-covered. The probability would be 3 in 12. This can be simplified to 1 in 4, which can also be represented as 25% or 0.25. Have a close look at the spinner. Now remember how we talked before that we can use our knowledge of equivalent fractions, decimals, and percentages to assign probabilities to the likelihood of outcomes. In groups, discuss these questions. Is there a fair chance for all colours on the spinner? Why or why not? What is the probability of the arrow landing on the green or the red? If we were to spin the arrow on the spinner, there is a 1 in 6 chance of it landing on a red, grey or blue, but a 1 in 2 chance or 50% of it landing on a green. This spinner is an example of how not all outcomes are equally likely. Now it's time for you to apply all the knowledge you have about chance to these questions. It is likely that you'll succeed.